Welcome, everyone. So we're very excited to have you here this morning, all of our family guests here from third grade. My name is Marianne Standard. I'm the principal here. I also want to welcome our second grade friends who get to check out the performance, as this could be you next year. We did have a technical issue right during rehearsal where we had a fuse box have an issue. So the piano, which is electric, was plugged in, is now not working. So we're hoping that a cord is coming from Mill Pond that will do the trick on that. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Clemans so she can share a couple other things with you, and we'll get started. I do want to thank Ms. Clemans, Dr. Sulbaran, and Mr. Martin for all of their efforts in supporting the program this year. Thank you, Mrs. Sanders.
I just got done telling the second grade teachers that we would dismiss second grade and then do the announcements for the parents, but since we're sort of punting and seeing if we can get the piano to work, I'll do some of those announcements now and see if we have our piano back or not. And if we don't, I mean, hey, it is like Westboro Unplugged week, so we just have to go with that theme and embrace it all the way. So, okay, so parents, what I was going to talk to you about at the end of the concert is a little bit what happens at the end of the year and the transition to Mill Pond. So after today's concert, there are no more regular string lessons on the regular days. Everything is a sort of special situation from now till the end of the year. We would like to introduce your string players that have already played this year can try the cello, which is a new option for next year if they want to in the fourth grade, but only for students who already played violin or viola this year, because what they'll be doing is transferring all the things that they learned on violin and viola this year to the cello. So we want to also have them actually physically try playing the cello before they decide, oh yeah, I like those low sounds, and they tell you that they want you to rent a more expensive giant instrument that they then have to bring on the bus all the time to really try it before they make that choice. If your child tries the cello, loves the lower sounds, but you're a little on the fence about switching to this giant instrument, they can bring it on the bus, by the way, but it's a little cumbersome. You might want to convince them that viola is the great alternative to that, because viola has the same string names, has the similar lower sounds without the extra cost and the extra baggage, if you will. So that's a little bit about the cello. When we do the cello trial days, they don't have to bring the instrument that they have this year. We'll just be doing cellos and talking about Mill Pond. The other thing that they could do at Mill Pond is sing in the chorus, and they'll get to try that at the beginning of the year next year when they get to Mill Pond. They can do both if they like. If they like music a lot and they want to keep going with their string instrument and sing in the chorus, both are options. Also, they don't have to do any of those options, right? So every year you're going to be signing up for things and letting us know which music things, if any, your child wants to participate in. So after all the schools have tried the cello, we'll send out a sign-up form for current third graders to let us know what their plans are for fourth grade. If they're going to play again, they sign up on that form. You let us know if they're playing the same instrument as this year, or if they're switching to viola or switching to cello. And that'll be done by the first week of June. And then after that, we make one more round through all the third grades to check in with the kids who have signed up for next year, to make sure that they know what you signed them up for, because sometimes there's some discrepancies. We hear something from a student that's different from what we got on the parent sign-up form, so we'll work out any issues with that, and we'll let you know if your child is switching instruments, like how to do the exchange at David French Music, all those kind of logistical things we'll be in touch with you at the end of the year about. This helps us tremendously with the beginning of the year at Mill Pond, because students are already getting used to a new school. They won't have to get used to new string teachers, because Dr. Sulbaran and I are both teaching at Mill Pond with one new teacher for them, Mrs. Jakes. So they'll have some familiar faces if they're continuing with strings next year. And it'll just smooth the way for us to kind of prepare with scheduling and things like that at Mill Pond if we already know who's planning to continue. So I think that's kind of all the announcements. We can do questions after the concert if you guys have questions. But I think we'll get started. And I'll start by having all of the third graders stand up and put their instruments in the rest position.
They're amazing, you will love them.
Okay, so now that you're very carefully go towards the hedgehogs over there and make your own. Second graders, you'll notice this is a big difference from the first concert we played for you where we were just plucking the strings, pizzicato. Now everybody's got a bow, and we learned how to exactly shape our hands on the bow to hold it correctly, and hopefully make the best sound that we possibly can with the bow. So this concert's going to be all with the bow. We're going to start with a little bowing warm-up that uses little bows in the middle. We started learning the bow with just being able to control a small amount of bow in the middle. We warmed up all those bowing patterns, and now we're going to show you the songs that match with those little bows in the middle bowing patterns. The first song you're going to hear uses the rhythm that we just played, and you might have heard me saying our name for that rhythm. And that was what the bowing sounds like, what the rhythm sounds like. And that is the rhythm that you're going to hear the whole group playing. This song is actually called the back and forth song for 2 reasons. The whole group is going to be playing that everybody stop stop rhythm on the A string and on the D string, going back and forth between those 2 strings. But the whole group is also going to be going back and forth with Amelia and Dr. Sulbaran. We're going to be playing something while we're changing strings. They have a little solo part. So you're also going to hear this back and forth between the big group playing something very rhythmic, and they're going to be playing something very sweet and lyrical and singing, almost like singing on their instruments. So enjoy the back and forth though. to change our notes. We were just grabbing the shoulder of the instrument. And we have one more song that's just like that and uses the same two notes we were just using, the A string and the D string. And we're going to use those notes, D, A, to spell out the word dad and play the dad song for you. So, shout out to all the dads in the audience. Here's the dad song. Moms, you get your special day on Sunday. It's actually very challenging to do that freeze at the end of the song and not have any extra sounds. So they're doing like a really professional job with that. We are going to start adding fingers to this. As I was saying, we weren't putting down fingers to change the notes. We were just using DNA and making things up with those. We're going to add some fingers now so that we can do songs that have more than just two notes in them. So our warm-up is the D string ladder, where we practice 4 times on each of those notes on the D string so we can get our fingers ready for more interesting songs. Notice that we're doing more steps to get ready for fingers. Some fancy steps over here to get our hand in the right position and using fingers. And go under. Now that our fingers are all warmed up on the D string, we're going to play another song for you that uses those little bows, and it's Cross Bones. Already heard. Second graders, you might remember this from our plucking concert, from our pizzicato concert. We play the dad song and Hot Cross Buns together at the same time. That's sometimes called partner songs, if you've done that in your music class. Songs that can be played at the same time and they sound good together. We want to give everybody up here a chance to be on both sides of the song. So you're going to hear this side play Hot Cross Buns first, listen to the dad song coming from over there. And then the leaders are going to switch sides and you're going to see the students switch which song they're playing. So, Hot Cross Buns plus dad song times 2. that has little short bows in the middle. I told you those are the ones that we learned first. What we've been working on more recently is using longer, bigger, smooth bows, which are going to sound really nice on our other songs. But we're going to warm them up first. So you're going to hear us doing some chops on the A string and the D string using what we're calling big bows. Was getting the big bows to sound beautiful for Twinkle. The other thing that we did on that last warm-up, I don't know if you saw, but we were changing strings way out here with our bow near the tip. That's a tricky thing, but it does happen in Twinkle, so now we're all ready to play it for you. When we play Twinkle, you will also hear a solo in this piece. You'll hear the whole group play the melody of Twinkle. Then we're going to go to rest position with our instruments in our arms. And you'll hear Amelia and Dr. S playing a solo version that has more notes in it. It's called an obbligato. That's the fancy Italian name for their solo. And then you're going to hear the whole group play again with their solo. So it'll be the melody, the fancy solo, and then a combo of the melody with the fancy solo. Hope you enjoy our version of the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. actually is called Boil Them Cabbage Down. We just call it the Cabbage Song. And it's going to combine for the bowing, since that's what we've been really working on this whole second half of the year, it's going to combine some little bows and some big bows. So you're going to see lots of different bowing patterns in this. I think our favorite bowing pattern from this, tell me if I'm wrong, is the strawberry raspberry pattern. Okay, so you're going to hear a bowing called strawberry raspberry in there. The way we're going to do the cabbage song is similar to how we did Twinkle. You're going to hear everybody play the tune. Then you're going to hear Dr. Sulbaran play a fancy fill tune style solo. And then you're going to hear us play the tune again with some fiddling. Okay? So, cabbage song.